starts purging out. I mean, like, come on. You know, we used to have the 15 academic minute at school, which is like if the teacher is late for 15 minutes, then you can leave. You can just leave the class, you know, if they're late for 15. Do you guys have that, like, in other places? The 15 academic minute. That's what it's called, right? So, like, if the teacher is late for 15 minutes, then you can fuck off. Like, how much would you wait for the teacher? Like, let's say you're in class, right? You're at university, and you're sitting there at the bench. The teacher doesn't come. Like, after how many minutes would you think it's appropriate to leave? You're like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Huh? How much? 0 se- Come on. Honest answers. Really curious about it. So, Mauler is live? Why do I care about Mauler being live? Huh? Like, if Mauler is live, I will steal all of his subscribers right now. Like, people are going to log in their YouTube channel, they will see me and Mauler, and they will click on me, obviously. Half an hour, Jesus Christ. 10 minutes for a teacher assistant? Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh. What if it's like the actual teacher and not the assistant? 20 minutes. I think that 15 minutes is the best. Like, 20 minutes is too much. Like, you're sitting there and there's no teacher and you're wasting your time for 5 extra minutes. I think like 10 minutes is too little. 15 minutes is just fucking right. That's the sweet spot. Like, you just enter the academic hour and you're tickling that G-spot like at exactly 15 minutes. So anyway, hello Beastifus, how's it going? Saw you in the chat. 5 minutes? No, 5 minutes is too little. Like, 5 minutes is... If I were to leave every single time a teacher was left 5 minutes, I don't think I would have been at any class. Anyway, yesterday we did our first watch along. It had a couple of problems, right? I didn't know that Discord only allows for 50 people to watch along. So if you're streaming on Discord, only 50 people can check your stream. So what we did is, like, we found 4 different streamers streaming on each other, and like 200 people could watch. If there were more than 200 people there, I'm sorry. Like, we'll try to figure out something next time. But all things considered, it went well. Now, the anime that I picked up was really fucked up. I thought that people are going to be a little bit disgusted by it, and I was hoping that more people will leave, which happened. Like 5 or 6 people couldn't watch the anime. It was too much for them. They got triggered. But after I left, I only watched 2 episodes, right? Because I'm not going to watch the whole season. Like, I just show you what the anime is about. And what happened after I left, people started watching the whole shit. I don't know if you guys managed to see the whole thing. But, yeah, I mean, that was a little bit surprising. You people, alright? Like, hashtag you people are fucked up. Like, you people are fucked up. It's not that bad. How can it be not that bad? It is pretty fucked up. Like, look, if you show that anime to your mother, she will freak out, alright? Like, I mean, okay, I guess the way Pipa says it, like, biblically, it's fucked up, but, like, internet standards, there's worse things. You need to watch Along Killing, but no, I don't need to do shit. Maybe next Friday, if things go the way are intended, we will see either RoboCop or Demolition Man. So you guys can vote. See, I'm engaging with my community. Holy shit. How many content creator does this? Right? Like, engaging with your community. So I'm engaging with my community, and I'm going to ask you guys to vote either for Demolition Man or RoboCop. One of the two. And we're going to watch them together. Together, okay? Like, this is the key fact. Together, not alone. Not by yourselves. No, together. We are going to watch it. I am not going to read your shit, Benjamin. Alright? Like, take that shit, stuff it up your ass, and jerk off the shit, because I'm not watching it. I'm not reading it. I'm not touching it. I do not care. I even gave people options. You give people options. It's like either RoboCop or you can watch Demolition Man. One of the two. That's what we're watching. I don't want to watch any more serial things. Like, no more series, right? So no anime, no stuff like that. I'll tell you what happens, right? Like, let's say I would start watching Magical Girl website. Let's assume that we go through the entire season, and we're watching like 2 episodes a week. By week 3, when you're at episode 6, most people won't know what you're watching. Like, it's not good for newcomers. So I'm thinking about those people. I'm thinking like, okay, someone just joined the Discord, has no idea about what's going on, right? So they're not going to be interested in the show. But if I just make it like that, if I just make it, alright, well, we're going to watch like the first episode, the introduction thing, and then people watch the rest, or we watch a movie, that's a lot better. There is a RoboCop reboot, of course. There always is a RoboCop reboot. Honestly, I thought that the RoboCop reboot wasn't that fucking bad. Like when they brought the robots into the Middle East, and they were like, the robots were walking like, Assalamu alaikum, return to your home. That was so fucking American, so fucking epic. I don't know why it didn't sell, but for some reason, people didn't like the RoboCop reboot. The Shining, oh, fuck off. Why would I watch The Shining? I don't like Stephen King's movies, to be honest. I think they're shit. Probably because I read Stephen King's book. Do you know that in The Shining, in the book, there's an actual furry? Like, there's an actual furry in the book having sex with, like, ghosts. Like, he's doing, like, the ectoplasm sex with one of the guests. Stephen King is, like, a really messed up author. It doesn't, you know, it makes complete sense why he's so left-wing. He is so fucking degenerate, it's unreal. But the problem is, like, people don't read his books. They just watch his movies, right? But let me put it this way, and I think I said it before, like, if you listen to this, I'm sorry. Alright, if you read it, the book, right? Like, you saw the movie with the clown, right? Like, the killer clown. And you know the story, right? Like, the story is about, like, these kids and all the Losers Club, right? And there's, like, I believe, like, there's 3 boys and a girl. They have an orgy. They're children, alright? Like, they're underage. They have an orgy in the sewer. That happens in the book. You don't know about it because you see in the movie. Stephen King wrote little kids fucking with each other. It's in the fucking book. It's in the book, chat. It's in the book. Right? Like, and why do they do that? Well, they do it in order to tighten the bond between each other, right? So they all take turns having sex with that girl, which, by the way, was molested by her father. And that's Stephen King. That's his books. Yes, this again, dog. It needs to be hammered home. Look, see, Kydra Kai didn't know about that. It by Stephen King, the one with the clown. You know, the clown in the sewer that eats children, right? Like that one. Yes, like that one. It's famous. But again, like, people watch the movie, they don't read the book. Like, when I was reading the book, I was what the fucking at every page, made me feel very uncomfortable. But I don't think that's what the author intended. Like, the author wants you to make you think that they stop being losers or something. Did they enjoy it? You know, like that. That's the question. Did they enjoy it? Tighten the bond, yes. We don't care. I know you don't care. But some people do. Like, you know, the thing is, I'm not saying the book should be banned. What I am saying is that Stephen King is a fucked up individual. And it makes sense, like, when you read his tweets, they all make sense. Because, like, when you look through the prism of the shit that he is writing, it's like, yeah, you know what? If I was into the stuff that Stephen King is, I would probably have the same political takes. That is, like, in the show, I remember, like, this was, like, the funniest stuff. So, I forgot why, but, like, there were, like, some LGBT activists on Twitter which found that It the Clown is a symbol for their activism. I mean, out of all the things you could pick, It the Clown, I think it's because, like, he was non-binary, like, you know, because it's, like, an eldritch abomination, so he's, like, non-binary, because you can't oh, yeah, because he goes by the name of It, get it? Like, It the Clown, so it's not, like, he. So they're like, oh, well, It the Clown, you know, it's, like, progressive and LGBT and stuff, and I'm like, why would you choose a monster that eats children as your mascot? But whatever. In the second sequel, for some reason, which I don't know if it's in the book, I forgot, because I read the books a long time ago, like that image with the children that was etched in my fucking brain. But It eats a gay person, and it doesn't really make sense because it's a little bit atypical. He's not supposed to eat adults, right? Like, he likes eating children. But within the first few moments of the movie, like, he eats a gay person, and all of a sudden the LGBT community hated It. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, why are you doing this? Why is he eating the... Then he is eating children. Like, at that point, I think he eats everything. I think it's his shtick, it's his MO. Like, he likes to eat stuff. Short Fat Otaku talked about it. I'm not surprised. There is no such thing as good or evil. Dude, I'm sure that if you have a killer clown that eats children, I'm pretty confident you can call him evil in any fucking ideology on the planet Earth. Like, whatever thing you're believing. If you have a killer clown that's demonic and it's eating children and he's going through the sewers, like, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that can be classified as evil. There is no fucking way you can classify that as good. I don't know how. I genuinely, like, do not, like, I would like to hear the argument on why that is a good thing. Anyway, I don't know. I liked American Gods. American Gods, the first season, I liked it. But the second season, oh my fucking god. The second season of American Gods. All the black gods were crying about slavery. Literally, even the Egyptian god was whining about just constant whining and whining and whining. And I'm like, you're gods, why don't you fucking do something? You know, you got BTFO'd by the other god. Shut the fuck up. You're weak. You're weak. I don't like weakness when it comes to gods. Alright, like, shut the fuck up, sack up, do some shit about it. So, yeah, like, I genuinely did not like season 2 of American Gods. Just like, that Anansi god, just constant whining and complaining and whining and complaining. And I was like, my fucking god, this is insufferable. Who watches this shit? Second season was on a new showrunner. Oh, now it makes perfect fucking sense. Even the Egyptian god was crying and complaining. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up. The first season was really good. You know, like, the first season had the mystery thing going. And, you know, like, I really like the god of the media, you know, that was played by Scully. Scully, you know, she did a really good job there. I'm not a pagan. But yeah, the season 1 Anansi was great. You know, I liked him. Except for the fact when he, like, just flat out murdered a bunch of people without helping them. Like, he tells, like, this, like, a lot of black people were taken into slavery, and he's like, okay, doesn't this upset you? Which is kind of funny, because, like, they were probably sold by other black people to the Europeans, but, like, you know, that's not in the movie. Like, you can't show too much truth to the Americans. And it's like, okay, well, doesn't this upset you? Break your chains, right? So like, he frees the slave, and the slaves murder all the white people, and then the ship catches fire, and they burn to death. And I'm thinking, like, alright, well, you know, Anansi, maybe you should be a little bit higher on the IQ scale. Like, maybe instead of being so low IQ, you'd have just got the slaves to, you know, do the uprising, and then catch the white people that are left and force them to turn the fucking ship around to Africa. How about that? You know, then everyone gets to live. Like, you get to save your people. But like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? Just like, because I didn't understand, like, why would you do that? Like, okay, so you're on a ship with, like, you don't know how to sail. Okay, like, that makes sense. Like, sailing is actually a skill that, I mean, even today, like, if you take a couple of sailors from today time and you don't give them access to GPS and you make them sail like one of those medieval ships, they have no fucking idea how to do it, right? So, like, I get it, you know, like, the black people who got freed, they didn't know how to sail. Like, that makes sense. But, like, at least capture some sailors, right? Like, capture some of the white people that were sailors, and then force them to turn the ship around into Africa. Sailing is not easy, man, if you're on the open ocean. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, unless you know how to read the night sky, dude, like, if you take the modern person, like, take some random people from today, and you put them in a ship in the middle of the ocean, and you're like, okay, sail it. They don't know how. I don't know how. Like, okay, maybe if you have access to Wikipedia and it's your passion to read, like, how to navigate on the open seas, then maybe, right? Like, maybe in that situation. But other than that, like, no one knows. It's not common knowledge. Just become a pirate ship? No, it's dude, like honestly, most people do not know how to sail a ship, especially if it's like a ship from the Imperial era, right, with sails and stuff. Like how do you sail that? Just become a pirate ship, yeah. It is what it is. He is a spider god, not a plan god. But it's not, dude, it doesn't take that much effort. Like, look, if I was trapped with other humans on an alien ship, right? So you're on an alien spaceship, let's put it like that. You're on an alien spaceship and you're being abducted, right? And you, like, the other humans managed to do an uprising and you managed to overpower the aliens. The correct thing to do would be to force the aliens to return you to Earth. It doesn't take much IQ to figure that out, right? Like, just overpower the aliens, and the ones that survive, you force them to return you to Earth. Hey, if they don't know how, they don't know how, but at least you fucking tried. In the past, they did not sail more than 300 miles off the coast of the land. Well, I think like that was like a intercontinental voyage. So like they would sail from Africa all the way to the United States. So yeah. I would go with the aliens if they were hot. I see. Uprising against the aliens. Well, you know, it depends. I mean, you're on a spaceship, right? Like, maybe they don't have, like, military. They're not trained in order to... Like, they don't expect the slaves to escape. So, like, if you have the intervention of a god, then the god lowers the force field, right? Like, the god Anansi, like in American Gods, he lowers the force field. And all of a sudden, all the slaves are free. Right? And you overpower the aliens. Like, well, you force them to return you to Earth. That's what you do. The Colony was a good alien TV show. My fucking god, The Colony was so fucking good. Holy shit. Like, The Colony was the best TV show I have seen since Lost. And unfortunately, it never got like a season 5 or season 4. There was another one that I really like. The Crossing. It was like people from the future coming back into the past. Like, that was really good. Every single show that I like gets canceled, unfortunately. Like, I guess like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are the only ones that didn't. But unfortunately, again, like the showrunner of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, they're not going to make a sequel. I would have loved a spin-off in Mexico, you know, or something cool like that, but we're probably not going to get it. Aliens are awesome. We should have their tech, not this one. Well, you know, by the way, speaking of that, I forgot to make a prediction for 2023, and I would like to make it now. Artificial intelligence, like, we're going to see more AI springing up, and I gotta say, AI is going to be forming a lot of new communities around it. Like, you're going to see people that gravitate towards, like, one website or another. And I'm telling you, it's more entertaining than actual entertainment. Like, AI is going to compete with a lot of people. We already have a VTuber AI, and some of the stuff that I see the AI do is more entertaining than Netflix. So, hopefully, we're going to get Netflix to speed up their game. Because if not, like, people are going to just start fucking reading AI. And fucking with the AI. Like, there is such a desire for that. There is so much lust in people on the internet to interact with their waifus. You guys do not understand. I know people that are willing to pay $100 a month just to emotionally roleplay with their fucking waifus. And the developers are standing between them and their wallets. But yeah, no, like, AI is going to definitely be something. I like artists. Like, artists are the first one that understand the dangers of AI because they believe it's going to take their jobs away. Which, in a matter of speaking, they might, but like at the same time, if you're an artist, just use the AI as a tool. I don't understand why you can't do that. Just use the AI as a tool, right? And then like you get the AI rendition, and then you modify the things that don't look right? So for example, the AI is really bad with hands. Okay, well, you remove the hands and you redraw the hands. Why is that such fucking difficult? Artists are the last to understand the benefits of the AI. Yeah, I just said, you know, like, by the way, the game, what the fuck is it name? The Calypso Protocol, right? Like, Calypso Protocol. A lot of the things in the game are done by AI, which is why the game looks so fucking good. The game looks so fucking good. Because when I was playing the game, right, like, a lot of people complained that, well, you know, the fight isn't good, you know, like, the combat system is bad, and I agree with that. Or they say, the game was broken at launch on PC, and I agree with that. But no one, not a single person says that the game looks bad. Because the game looks fucking gorgeous. Callisto, I don't fucking know. You know what I'm talking about, right? And it turns out that much of the game was done with AI art. Like, the AI did the art for the game, and that's why it looks so fucking good. And by the way, the watermarks, like here's another thing, right? Like, this is what a lot of people don't understand about the AI that draws images. Initially, from what I understand, the AI wasn't designed to make images. It was designed to help cars navigate the streets, right? So, like, the AI was done in order to help the cars understand, like, okay, this is a human, this is a bush, this is a tree, this is another car. And that's the AI that was used, right? Now, the moment the developers found out that there are water images and there's other pictures that are copyrighted, you know what the devs did? Immediately they removed them, right? So it's not like the devs are interested in stealing people's art. Like, the moment something was copyrighted and people complain about it, the devs removed them from there. Now, I also want to point out that fair use exists. Like, every single critic of this shit forgets that fair use exists. What is fair use? If you have, like, a remix of music and you create dubstep, that is fair fucking use. It doesn't matter if the dubstep is taking, like, the DJ is taking different songs that already exist. If he matches them together and there's something new, that is fucking fair use. Now, you can make the argument that, yeah, but the laws in the past didn't account for AI, which, you can push for regulation so that the AI doesn't allow to take works from people that don't want their works to be taken. But that doesn't stop the AI, right? Because at the end of the day, what the artists are really afraid is that they're going to be replaced, right? Like, this is the main problem. They don't really care about, like, the copyright and whatnot. No, they don't want to be replaced. I'll tell you what will happen. The technology is there, right? So even if you were to somehow empty the database that the AI can pull from, you would have a gaming company that just hires like 5 or 6 artists, gets them to do 100 pictures, feeds them to the AI, and then gets more artists, just draw picture after picture, feeds them to the AI, and then they will have the copyright for that, right? Because, like, they would pay the artists, and the artists would do the drawings, and they would feed it to the AI, and it would be consensual and would be paid. So, like, you can't stop it. The technology is there. The only thing you can do is to figure out a way in order to make money from it, if you're an artist. Yeah, like, it's the same thing with the typewriters. Like, when the typewriters came out, the people who were writing books freaked out, which were the monks at the time, because it's like, oh, so now anyone can read the book. And they were, like, coming up with bullshit excuses. It's like, oh yeah, but like the typewriter, the printing press, right? The printing press lacks the soul. Like, you can't see the author's soul in it, because, like, when you draw, every author has a different soul, and they draw the letters differently, and the typewriter removes that. Like, oh, fuck off. It is the Pandora's box, yes. They also forget is that the concept artists do the exact same thing as the image AI. They use shit out of copyright material. Man, I fucking know this. Like, so okay. Let me see if I can find an example of this. Cause you're so fucking right. So Thundercats. Thundercats Go, which stole Tumblr's art. So I'm trying to find the picture, but there is like an intro for Thundercats, which apparently was ripped off from Tumblr. I'm seeing if Google wants to help me, but like, my fucking god, like Google used to actually give you the perfect search. Like, it would literally go into your head and find out what you were looking for and show it to you on the screen. But now they fucked the search algorithm to the point where I just can't find what I'm looking for. I'm going to try a couple of more. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, right, the point is, on the Thundercats Go, which is like, I think it was on Cartoon Network, They had a picture which was literally stolen from an independent artist on Tumblr, right? But like the independent artist had like some different drawings, and they just did their cartoon characters over on top of it. So it's not like artists do not do what the AI does, right? Like it's not like it's a newly discovered technique, especially like artists that do cal arts. Because what is cal arts? Like why is cal art so popular? Why is this shit right here that I'm going to show you in a bit? Why is this shit so popular, right? Is it because it's good looking? Is it because it's actually beautiful to behold, and it's an art style that kids like? No, it's because it's easy to draw, right? Like once you know how to draw cal arts, like even if I was to pick it up, I would probably have to struggle with it for like a week or so, and then I can be like the master of cal arts, right? So they do this because it's cheap. That's the only reason. And why do you hire a cheap artist? Because you want him to mass produce this shit. So like they constantly figure out ways to make it go faster, to like shorten the process. So they even went on Tumblr and found like stuff from random people and literally stole it and draw over it. Mistifus. AI has taken over the world. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year as well, Mistifus. You know, like, everyone expected that the AI will be like this cold, hard, calculated, logical machine that's going to... that's like going to replace things that require brain power, like surgery, medicine, mathematics. And instead... literally the thing that people didn't think that the AI can do. It's like an I Am Robot, like, but can a machine write a symphony? Apparently it can, yes. Like, literally, it's really good. Like, it can write a good screenplay. It can write an emotional message. It can do all that shit. AI is going to make people extinct with Wi-Fi. You know, like, I don't believe that. I generally don't. At the end of the day, you can't replace an actual woman, right? Because it's kind of like the Matrix, I suppose. You know, like the first Matrix was perfect, but like people rejected it because it was too perfect. Kind of like that, you know, like you need to have a woman that like has the argument that does stuff. It's like the waifu is assuming you would create a robot that's like in Detroit, Life is Toaster, right? And it's like the perfect robot, and you know you can't distinguish it from like a human being, but like it's got like all you know the AI in its head that it's talking and shit. I don't think you can replace an actual woman even with that. And not to mention, like, people still want children, right? And you can't have children with an AI. It would be like a sterile woman. There's a Futurama episode that shows an AI replacing women. Yeah, but like again, you can't have children. I love how whenever I raise the concern, like people go like, not yet, not yet. Waifu bots with breeding chamber. Well, if you can have children with waifus, then at that point, I don't see the problem, because like the species continues to exist. Right, like the main problem with the waifus is that like people would have sex, so they would have offspring, that the human population dies, right? But like if you were to like have the waifu able to reproduce, like let's say you have like the Battlestar Galactica type of toaster that's completely indistinguishable from a human. Well, at that point, I don't see the problem. I guess you can say it's another form of human evolution. Right. Let me show you something. Let me show you something that I found. This is just holy shit. So this is taxpayer money. You know what? I'm not going to show you that. I'll probably do it at a later time. In the meantime, what I do want to show you is this. Beyond Meat, Beyond Pokemeat, plant-based Pokemon. This is Bulbasaur. Like, this is Bulbasaur inside. You know, it doesn't have Any Pikachu. It tastes like Pikachu, but it's made from Bulbasaur. This is actually a running gag in the Pokemon community. Like, you don't see any animals in Pokemon, right? Like, there's no sheep, there's no cows. So like the Pokemon meat that the meat that they're serving actually comes from Pokemon. Have you talked about Neuro, the also AI? At first I thought it was just some dude directing it, but after watching a few streams, it reminds me of character AI. Yeah. So no. It's true, right? Like there's an AI that's a VTuber, which like the VTuber is artificial intelligence. It literally just talks with the chat and entertains the chat. But anyway, right? So that is a Pikachu made by Bulbasaur. I wonder if like that would help sell Beyond Meat, because at this point, like there's no way to sell that thing. Like no one wants to buy it. I remember when there was the Great Famine of 2020, when people did like panic shopping buying and they shopped like crazy. You would see like there were videos from the United States with supermarkets completely empty. But the only aisle that actually had anything was the one with the Impossible Burger and the Unstoppable Wafer or whatever they call the vegan shit, right? Like the vegan shit, it shows to me that even in the event that people are starving to death, they will not touch that unless they have no other option. And this justifies the joke that I said. Look, if you're in a plane crash and the pilot is dead, but at the back of the plane, you have like boxes filled with Impossible Whoppers. And you're starving. And you know, the choice is, you either go for the pilot, like he's dead, right? But you can go for the pilot or you can go for the Impossible Whoppers. And many people told me like going for the pilot is actually the healthy option unless you eat the brain, because then you get the Kuru disease. But if you don't eat the brain, like the pilot is the more healthy option than the actual boxes. Because the boxes, like, apparently are filled with salt. Man, like, I even saw, like, vegans hating the thing. And it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Like, if I'm a vegan, and like, why can't I just eat a salad? Why not just eat something tasty? Then to eat a cheap knockoff. Like, the fact that you're making it taste like meat, that's your fucking problem. Right? Like, there are so many dishes that are good, and they're made with vegetables. Right, like salad, beans, mushrooms, like, I can go on and on. So you can eat those, but why the fuck would you eat something that's chewy and it's breaking your fucking teeth and it's filled with salt and it's also unhealthy? Like, just get the hamburger. And it's expensive, by the way, because like a lot of people are saying, well, it's going to be cheap. And I saw like those things go for like 10 euros in Germany, and I was like, holy shit. My wife bought one. I was spurging out. This is the only time I spurged out at my wife. The only time I was like, why do you bring this shit into my house? Like, literally, that was it. I genuinely did not understand what she was thinking. I was trying my best to understand and commune with her. You know, like, for a while, we just skipped the same wavelength. We just... And she just wanted to try it. And I said, like, okay, I'm not putting that poison in me. You know, like, and I went out. And I bought a Black Angus hamburger. That's what I did. A Black Angus hamburger. I ate it, and I even made sure that it barely touched the pan. Like, if you squeezed it, the red juices came out. And I ate it while she suffered. Like, she literally suffered. Because, like, when she ate hers, it tasted like shit. And it actually made me happy. Made me fucking happy. Because I knew that thing is never going to cross into my house ever again. My house is a holy place. There's no Impossible Burgers inside. The wider audience. I think it's like the tightening audience. Like, literally, no one wants that. No one wants that. Anyway, right. This is from the Romanian Secret Service. Now, I made a video where I spurred out about the Romanian IRS wishing me Happy New Year's. And I'm like, my day would have been far better if you didn't. I would have preferred if you did not wish to me a happy birthday. Now, apparently they use my taxpayer money in order to do that. Like, isn't that nice, right? Like, the Romanian IRS, you know, it takes your taxpayer money and it tells you happy birthday with your money. Great. But this is from the Romanian Secret Service. The Romanian Secret Service. Happy New Year's. And it shows a cat that's fucking stalking you. You know, I gotta say, what the fuck is wrong with the Secret Services? Like, why do they constantly want to make you feel that you're being watched? What is it, the fetish? Like, I understand it's your job, but like, shouldn't you watch bad guys? Like, is this trying to tell me that I'm the bad person that they're watching? Or they're watching me just in case? Why can't I watch them, though? Why can't I watch them? I want to watch them as well. If they watch me, can I watch them? Like, if they got nothing to hide. Oh, they have a lot to hide. Is that it? Fucking hell. What? You know, at least it's not as bad as the United States shit. They have an octopus, right? The NSA, they literally... No, honestly, like, tell me this does not look like a fucking evil organization, chat. Give me a second. Alright. Tell me this does not look like something out of a Bond villain. This is not something that's photo... This is literally their logo. Nothing is beyond our reach. And they have like this octopus, which is menacingly looking. And then they got like tentacles all around the earth. I mean, dude. Bruh. And this is what they show to their own citizens, right? Like, you can't see that from Iran, because it's probably censored. You can't see that from China. No, like, if you're in America, you get to see that. Nothing is beyond our reach. Do you guys feel safer when you read that stuff? Thank you for becoming a member, Tonya. I never saw you posting in the chat, but like I guess it was like a stealth membership there. Yeah, you know, like that's another thing, like being upfront about it. It's like when you don't give a fuck. It's like, yeah, you know, we're watching you. What are you going to do about it, bitch? That's the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, yes, we are. And imagine, you know, like you go to someone and you're like, you're a racist. And the person goes like, yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it, bitch? It's kind of like that. The one I got way up, you know, like I wonder if these Secret Service institutions, if they're really like thinking about like how can we creep the population more? I mean, what can they do about it? Like, how can we creep them out even more? Okay, how can we scare them? Like, we want to scare. How can we like fuck with the PR? Because you know what? If the CIA can fuck up with the PR, then who can? No, let's just do it. Finally, my downloads are complete. I downloaded a mod for Xenonauts. Xenonauts, what an old game. It actually made me wait 5 hours on Mega Download, because unless I paid money. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not paying money. I'm poor. Leave me the fuck alone. Did you not notice the inflation? So I literally waited 6 hours for the download to complete. And now I'm happy. Now I feel whole again. Nothing is beyond our suction cups. Alright. Holy shit, I have 200 viewers? Oh my god. What are you guys doing with your life? Go do something else. Why are you watching? Go watch Mauler. Isn't Mauler streaming? I am taking 201 viewers away from Mauler. My fucking god. You know what I need to do? I need to invite Lofty on my channel. I understand he was kicked from the Flashcast. If Lofty isn't on the Flashcast, then I can get him here. I can get some of his good takes. You know, we can talk about movie. He's actually happy that Avatar 2 is making good money. He's ecstatic. Should get Lofty here. We should talk about movies with Lofty. Yeah, what was his take that got him banned? I forgot the take. He had a good take. Oh yeah. I remember. His take was none of you guys, none of you will have a girlfriend without using a dating app. That's a strong take. I need to debate that. I need to get lofty here. Apparently he used gamer words, right? Like that's what the yellow flash tells me. Like he used gamer words, tried to get his channel banned. I don't know if he did that. I wasn't there. I don't know. But still. That is wrong. I know, Zenith. I know. It is wrong, yeah. But like, is Twitter a dating app? Probably not. No, the thing is, I do understand that a lot of the, like, if you're in a city, because it depends where you're at, right? If you're in a corporate environment like a city or something, it's very likely that you're going to use dating apps. Because if you don't, it's harassment, right? But I don't think so. I see, the clubbing scene still exists. So you can still approach women at the club. But the question is, like, how many people are going to still have the confidence required to do that? Because it's a lot easier. Like, the thing is, with confidence, right? Necessity is the mother of invention, right? So, if you don't know how to get women, like if you're a kid, you're a teenager, and you want to start dating, what do? Right? Like, you need to go out, and you need to speak with women. It's hard. But eventually you have to do it, because there's no other way. But if you have dating apps, then you can try the dating apps. And then you don't have to build the confidence required to go out and speak with women face to face, right? It's a lot more easier on the dating app. So yes, I can't do dating apps, too much rape and murder. Jesus fucking Christ, Lorraine. Yeah, but like, you're a woman, that's your problem. I'm talking about men, right? Like, men are at risk of getting raped and murdered on the dating apps. I'm just kidding, by the way. Yeah, if you're a woman, don't use dating apps. Use Facebook. Like, Facebook is a lot safer because you can see who the guy is. You can see what likes he has. You can talk a little bit more. If you go on Tinder, like, what the fuck do you know about the guy? He's showing you a picture and you talk with him. You can lie his ass off. And then you're off to meet him somewhere, right? So, yeah, this is what I would tell to women. Do not use dating apps. Use Facebook. In fact, I would advise men to use Facebook as well. So the way it works, and I said this a couple of times, I think like Facebook is a lot better. Yeah, you're laughing, but like, hear me out. So you go to a university, right, and you join the university's Facebook group, because it probably has one, and you get like a lot of people there. And then you look at the women from your university, and you can see their hobbies, what music they like, the pages they like. You can pinpoint their ideology. It's so fucking easy, right? You can't do that on Tinder or any other dating app. And they don't have their guard up. Like, when you message them, they don't really feel like, oh my god, well, he's going to try to fuck me. So you write a message. Like, let's say you find a woman that likes anime and is at your university, right? You write a message like, oh my god, you like anime, and you go to the same university as me, and then you have a conversation with her, and if it clicks, you know, you can literally ask her, it's like, hey, so about after the university course, like, do you not want to have a coffee or something? I have dated so many women doing this. It's so easy, right? And it guarantees that you have something in common with her. Like, you already see her pictures, you know how she looks like, you already know what she likes, you already, you know, can have conversation starters with her. So it's a lot easier than like going on Tinder, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left. Hey, I may be a boomer, but I got married, alright? And I'm pretty satisfied with my marriage up until now. So maybe you should take advice from me, unless you know, you're also married and you have a different system. If you have the different system, by all means. But I'm telling you what actually works. You know, like, to me, this never failed. And if you're not at a university, then you can find like a Facebook group of that's like for the anime convention in your town, or like a gaming convention or something. But anyway, my son just has to show up with his sisters and all the women think he's a catch. Well, you know, again, there are different methods. I'm not saying that my methods are unique. I'm not saying... Lorraine is a woman, right? In my chat, she's got a wrench. Lorraine, do you think that my system is bad? Like if I was on Facebook and I message you, right? And I talk about one of your hobbies. Like, I go like, oh, so you like this type of music. Like, what do you think about this? and I start like a casual conversation, you know, talking to you like a human being, right? Like, would that creep you out? Is that like unacceptable? Do you, or would you prefer if you had the choice to, like, on Tinder, and I'm contacting you on Tinder? Like, which would be more creepy, if I contact you on Facebook or on Tinder? And on Tinder, take into account you don't even know what the fuck to talk about. Like, she adds you on Tinder, like, okay, great, then what? And you look at her profile, you know, like, she's got a picture where she looks beautiful, gorgeous. She's gorgeous, but that's pretty much it. How do you start the conversation? Like, what do you say? V, you're a doctor and a lawyer. Don't you think that helped your odds? That is true. I guess, like, women really, you know, like, when guys like to see a woman in sexy clothes, women like to see a guy that has, like, a uniform. And by uniform, I mean, like, something associated with a respectable profession. So, like, if you're dressed in the military attire, if you're dressed like a doctor, if you're dressed into something that, you know, like a firefighter, like, women like that shit. Look, Lorraine met lots of people on Facebook. She thinks that Facebook is safer. Chat, shut the fuck up, stop insulting me, and actually use, you know, like, just because I'm saying unconventional things doesn't mean that I'm not giving you good advice. On Tinder, she is there looking to be approached. Yeah, she's probably approached by 200 people, Loren. If I put you in a room with 200 other guys, do you think you're going to win? Oren, are you that comfortable? Do you think if I put you in a room with 200 people and some of them have, like, fancy sports cars, and some of them, you know, they have their own place and their life together, and they make like $10,000 a year, sorry, $10,000 a month, do you think you are going to win, Oren? Do you want in that environment? People just like contradicting me. I don't know why. I don't know. Why is it, Lorraine? Why do people not listen to my advice? I give them sage advice. You know what? That's a good thing, Lorraine. That's a fucking good thing, because, like, my son is going to know the way. And he's going to have less competition because of it. Because people are fucking stubborn. They do not want to learn the way. You know, $10,000, yeah. Like, you do not think, like, a CEO can make $10,000... sorry, $10,000 a month. It's... Probably like 200 guys are going to approach Lorraine today on Facebook. I hope you have a different name on Facebook, Lorraine. I hope you're going to private your account. Can you do that on Facebook? Can you private your account like the coward blue check marks on Twitter can? Nerds are her thing. Okay, so nerds are totally not her thing. Like, never listen to what a woman wants. Okay, just be yourself. Be a little arrogant, less modest, and be able to back it up. Alright? Just like, nerds are her thing. Like, the moment she sees the biker boy, she's going to be moist. You know, like, you see a biker boy that's actually nice to her, but is a dick to everyone else, she's going to forget about the nerds. She's going to be like, oh my god, this biker boy. And he goes to university. Oh my god, he's like an actual human being. And he gets good grades. Oh my god, but he's a biker. He's supposed to be evil. He's from the Hells Angels. Oh. Biker-sama. Biker-sama! Or Biker Senpai. Biker Senpai is there. Yeah. The Biker Senpai. I'm serious too, Lorraine. Do you think I'm joking? Like, your first question is going to be like, do you have a Harley? Or a Yamaha? What other brands are there? Muley has a Harley. Oh, there we go. Do you know who has a Harley, Lorraine? Do you know who has a Harley? I don't know if he has a Harley. But I do know he has a motorcycle. I bet you like to ride his motorcycle. Papa Gundam. It's a Gundam. He's got a bike. It's a Gundam has a motorcycle. Lorraine, if It's a Gundam contacts you on Twitter or on Facebook, why does he have to be a thug? I said he has a motorcycle. I didn't say he's a thug. Jesus, Lorraine. Stereotyping like no tomorrow. Just because he has a motorcycle does not make him a club. You see, it's not a biker gang, Lorraine. It's a biker club. Anyway, right. The year Hollywood truly lost the plot by Spiked. Hollywood has long tended to promote a largely liberal left worldview. You know, like, The things that used to be left wing in the past are right wing now, but that's not the problem. Like, you can promote the left wing worldview without actually taking out of the story. Captain Planet is fucking cringe, right? But at the time, it was a good show. It was well drawn. I mean, the characters were fleshed out. It was interesting. It was good. So, like, you can have, like, a lefty woke show that's still serviceable. But the problem is, like, the modern left do not know how to create things. Look, Lorraine likes bikers. Kind of hot. My fucking God. Lorraine, how do I do it? It's like I'm in your fucking head, isn't it? It's like I'm in your fucking head. You told me you like nerdy guys, and I'm like, no, you like biker guys. And you're like, oh, yes, bikers are kind of hot. I'm in your fucking head, Lorraine. I'm in your head. I understand you. I understand you at such a deep emotional level that other people do not understand you. Chat, you should listen to me. Anyway. By the way, I also know, like, a lesbian girl from California now. Like, she lurks. I wonder if she's still in the chat. Anyway, right. Going back to this. Today, as if most studios are more interested in promoting diversity, Me Too or BLM posturing, rather than they are to put butts in seats in cinema. I haven't seen, like, most studios promoting BLM or Me Too, unless they're actors. Right, like actors maybe on Twitter, but like most movies do not promote BLM or Me Too. An obsession, TV shows do though, right? Like, so TV shows definitely do. An obsession with diverse casting shaped the output both of Hollywood and original content and its endless remakes and spin-offs. Yeah. So the spin-offs are definitely a problem and the remakes. Like, I can't think of many original movies. And the endless diversity really annoys people when it's an established character. It's literally the modern version of blackface, but in reverse, right? So, like, if you have a character that's white and you just replace them with a character that's black, just for the sake of it, you're going to piss off the fans. Especially if it's a universe where you don't fucking have to, right? So, if you're making, like, a Marvel movie, like, there's plenty of black superheroes to pick from. Why would you take one that's white and make them black? It makes no sense, right? But there's even worse. Like, sometimes they absolutely make no sense. So you can have, like, sci-fi universe and you can go wild, you know, but, like, you literally take the established character and race swap them. Or you take the historical character. Like, they did that with the Queen of England. I forgot her name. Completely doesn't make sense. It's like when you have a Queen of England, which is, like, part of the British monarchy, right? Like, it's a aristocratic line that they can, like, transcend their descendants. So why would you, like, if you make her black, you raise questions. It's like, okay, so, like, did they marry into, like, the Zulu Empire? Like, how did the... Diversity is also at the heart of this year's many live-action remakes of beloved anime children movies. Pinocchio. Oh my fucking God. Pinocchio, the last problem that Pinocchio has is with diversity. Pinocchio is actually now a transgender story. I think I actually talked about it. So, like, if you watch the new readaptation of Pinocchio, he is kicked out of school because he's a puppet, right? In the original Pinocchio, he chooses to skip school. So by choosing to skip school, Pinocchio has agency and decides to do something bad, which is ending with him going to Pleasure Island and you know, ending with disaster. Why? Because he chose to do bad. In the reimagining of Pinocchio, he is kicked out of school. Like, society kicks him out. Like, he has no choice. He wants to go to school, but the school kicks him out because he's a puppet. And then he is forced to go on Pleasure Island. And finally, the last message, right? Like, in the original Pinocchio, he turns in a boy. But in the reimagining of Pinocchio, he starts to, like, you don't know if it turns into a boy or not. It's ambiguous because the message is, like, it doesn't matter if he's a boy or not. What matters is what's in his heart. Dr. Acero, please stop spamming the fucking chat, or I swear to God I will get an erection from banning you. Moving on. So, in the new Pinocchio, like, the message is, like, it doesn't matter if he's a puppet or not. It's what's in his heart that matters. So, basically, like, society bullied him, But like in that, Dr. Acero, last warning. Anyway, why did you take the boner away from me? Like I wanted to delete his message. I wanted to ban him, but like now one of my mods did. Who did this? Snake Dude for life. Why do you hate my penis? Like my penis could have found joy and happiness in muting him, yet you did it and stole that from me. Our media elite seem incapable of understanding that the world beyond their bubble. Me Too procedural, she said, which documented the New York Times investigation into Harvey Weinstein, was a case in point. It concerns and prejudices, including a bit of Trump bashing, were clearly those of the denizens of Hollywood. But as it turns out, the views were not shared by the broader public. So yeah, like there's a huge difference between the public and the people who make movies. The gatekeepers is like I like to call them. The collectivist revolt against media elite tastes has been visible in relation to a whole range of right-on productions, from the Sussex's latest adventures of narcissism, Harry and Meghan. By the way, like Harry and Meghan, like it's so fantastic to watch them. Like even the elites don't like them. Like you can tell that even the elites do not like Harry and Meghan, but they have to tolerate them. Like you can see on the faces of everyone interacting with Harry and Meghan that they dislike these two people, but it's like they have a gun at their heads and it's like, no, you need to pretend to like them. Every single fucking time. The public hates them. Like you look at the public, every single time that they have like anything, you know, like a public speaking or gathering, there is no viewership. There is no viewership. Like no one likes Harry and Meghan. And yet they're being pushed so hard. And I'm curious, like, who does the pushing? Who pushes these people that the public just wants to forget about? They don't even hate them. They don't like them. It's not like a dislike to Greta Thunberg level or Elon Musk level. It's just like, can we watch something else level of dislike? Yeah, like, literally, everyone is like, shut up, man. Let me show you something else. Like, this is, like, the funniest shit ever. Hold on. Chotomate, it's definitely going to be worth it. So this is on Time Magazine, my fucking god. You know, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking... So first of all, you have to understand, like, anyone who takes professional photography, like, if you had a professional photograph at your wedding, you know that everything is fake. Alright, like, this is not the picture that you want to take. This is the picture that the photographer goes like, hey, can you hug her from behind? Can you look at... So this is like someone else told them to pose like this. Doesn't it look like he is the hairdresser, the hairstylist, and is asking Meghan, like, how did your braids come out? Like, are you comfortable with the braids? Like, did they come out well? Is it literally, like, what this picture tells you? Like, he just did her hair and is now telling her to look into the mirror and to justify, you know, like if it was a good job or not. Oh my fucking god. It's just, wow. And again, like a professional told them to do this. Most things in public are artificial, yes. And the things that aren't artificial are incredibly popular and they get banned. Or suppressed. Why do you think, like, people started watching YouTubers? It's like he's scared to be on the photo, literally. He's like her gay best friend. He should be holding a cum. Someone should actually Photoshop that. Like, someone should put a cum in front... C-O-M-B, by the way, because I'm Romanian, I know speaking English, just so you know what I'm talking about, like comb, comb. Sometimes the AI from YouTube thinks that I'm trying to say naughty words, but I'm not. A comb. Put them in his a hairbrush. There we go. Who's the boyfriend? The Rings of Power. By the way, I found out something about the Rings of Power. Apparently, the same studio which made Rings of Power made the other masterpiece, Wheel of Time. My wife watched Wheel of Time, and she was wondering, like, why are these 10 out of 10 men, like these hunk of men, why are they with these ugly women? And I was watching it, good fucking question, makes no sense. They casted some of the most mediocre average women, no, actually below average. Like you look at, they did their best in order to make those women look unappealing, right? Like the makeup team probably like went, okay, like we need to apply makeup to make them look even more uglier than they are. Like I know that's the reverse of what our profession should do, but like let's try. So they had like the worst middle-aged looking women imaginable. Like when I was living at a tenant, if I would have gone to the lady living at the second floor, like she was more beautiful than the witches from the Wheel of Time. Like literally, you would walk on the street, and it was difficult to find a more ugly woman than the ones that played in the Wheel of Time. Like the casting was off a fucking cliff. I don't know who did the casting, but like it's difficult to say that it wasn't intentional, right? So anyway, right. But the men were like, mwah, chef kiss, right? According to what the women were saying. It's like the men were just gorgeous. Like, they were gorgeous, right? But like it's immersion breaking because those men would never be with those types of women because they have options. Like why would they go? Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. They would be with they would be with the 18-year-old supermodel. It would be with the 18-year-old supermodel. They would never be with those women. It's immersion breaking. That's not part of humanity. You know what? I'm going to ban Dr. Acero yet again. He's like, just no. You know, you came out from your time out, and now you're causing problem again in my fucking channel. My fucking channel. I care about my channel, Dr. Acero. Like, let me explain to you, right? Let me show you how it's done, Dr. Acero, right? So you use this. You click on the message, and then you write the whole fucking thing that you want to say, and then after that you press the enter button. You see, and this way, like you don't have to spam. Holy shit, is it that hard, Doctor? Do you want me? Do you want me to come to your place? Where do you live? I will fly over to you and I will show you how to properly write text messages using the YouTube chat system. Look, Coldest Beer can write them. Like, Coldest Beer did a really nice emoji. Fucking hell. Where was I? How do you do on iPhone? Horrible. You can't super chat on iPhone. Can you super chat on iPhone? I think you can super chat on iPhone. Henry Cavill dated a 19-year-old in his mid-30s. Okay, so like, it's half your age plus 8, I believe, right? Like half your age plus 8. So 15 plus 8, 23. That's not okay. That's not okay, Henry Cavill. I'm judging you. I'm judging you, Henry Cavill. Judging. My wife is actually 8 years younger than me. Or 9. Holy shit. Don't tell her I forgot. 8 or 9 years younger than me. But I'm 35, so. Whenever a woke production flopped in 2022, the actors, producers, and reviewers simply blamed the audience. So yeah, the cope was real. Hollywood is becoming the only industry in the world where the customer is always wrong. Oh, shut the fuck up. You should see the gaming industry, or you should actually see the the comic book industry. So no, like Hollywood is not the only industry that's saying that the customer is always wrong. You can super chat on iPhone, but there's an Apple tax. Get the fuck out. That's not true. Is it? Holy shit. Some critics blamed racismus. Man, like if you don't, like, I generally don't understand. Like, okay, so if your customers are racist, like why not just make a racist product then? Like, what's the fucking problem? What? Or you know, like either you don't do it in that industry. Like if I was, I don't know, like, okay, so I'm a company that makes, like, KKK hoods, right? Like, would that... First of all, I would question my life. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? But, like, if I want to do it anyway, then I would talk with, like, the Grand Clan, you know? Like, I would bother him from his Democrat convention or whatever the fuck he is going, right? Because, like, those people, like, the higher-ups, like, I remember they were speaking with Clintons and, you know, they were shaking hands with Democrats. So I would go to them and I would ask, like, okay, so I'm making the hoodie. Like, what do you want? Like, how do you want it made, right? Because this is my job. This is what I am. This is what I do in fucking life. You know, like, I don't want to do it, but, like, all the other, all the other markets are already filled up. Like, I'm being trapped in a niche here. Help me out. Like, what do you want? Okay, so hide your face, right? Like, how do you want the eye holes to be? Hey, that's how you fucking do business. Or don't do it. That's another option. Like, you can choose not to do it. Do something else. Make, I don't know, like Girl Scout cookies. Do anything else. Yeah, but no. I'm telling you that the KKK hoods would be made in China. They're not made in the USA. If you look at the hood, it's probably made in China, isn't it? Can you even get like one of those outfits? Like I'm dying out of curiosity now. Like I don't even know if I should encourage my chat to get one. I just, don't buy it. I just want to know the label. Is it made in USA or is it made in China? That's all I want to know. In before someone says made in Taiwan or made in India, like that would be even funnier. And if it's made in China, is it made in a Chinese factory in Africa? Like that would be the coup de grace, wouldn't it? Like you get the ghost uniform and it's like made in China, and when you do more investigation, it's actually made in a factory in Africa. V seems to be losing his mind. Man, everything I say is fucking true. Are you telling me that you would be surprised, Joe Baxter, that if you get one of those outfits, you would actually see that it's made in China, made in Mexico? You know what? That's probably real. I don't know if they would make it in Mexico. And by the way, like people who were like, "Oh my God, well, V, are you losing your mind? Are you losing your mind, V? V, what are you talking about? You are saying rubbish, V. Well, okay, do some digging. I'm just like, I'm not here to educate you, bigot, on the history of your own fucking country. I'm from Romania. Why do I know this and you don't? Anyhow. Quartering got a lot of subscribers from YouTube Shorts. I know. But I refuse to do them. I don't wanna. I don't wanna do the shorts. I just don't wanna. Even if it gives you subs, I don't wanna. I'll probably have to. Gotta be honest, like eventually I will have to do those fucking shorts. Like eventually those shorts will have to be, like they don't make themselves, However, demo, I need to do them. You specifically ignore shorts? That don't matter. That don't matter. If you don't want to watch my shorts, that's fine. Like the idea for shorts is to get new people. Like you're not the target. Like literally, the idea for shorts. The idea for shorts is to appeal to the wider audience. Like that is literally the whole purpose you want to make shorts. The wider audience. Make the shorts just promotions for the live stream. I don't think I can. And even if I will, that's not the purpose. Like no one would watch them. It's yeah. I did make a few and I did not enjoy them. My subscribers didn't enjoy them either. They were painful to make. I hate making them. I wish I did not have to make them. But it is what it is. What can I say? Shorts will lead to views, and views will lead to the second screen. This is great news. It is what it is. I don't like shorts. I hate them. Like, look, I'm a YouTuber, not a fucking TikToker. If I wanted to be a TikToker, I would be on TikTok. Why am I on YouTube? So I don't have to make shorts. New user chasers usually throw the old audience under the bus. Literally, I don't want to do that. I like my audience. I like you guys. Maybe you should have Clips channel and let people clip your channel for shorts. That's not the point, Zenith. Like, you make shorts to upload them on your main channel so that people find your channel through the short search engine. That's why you have them, right? So, like technically, I will probably be forced to do it because otherwise my channel will die. So I do not have the option of not to do them, but like if I can hold it off and like wait for a couple more months, maybe things change, sure. But if things don't change, then yeah, I'll have to do the shorts. I'll have to be the TikToker. Anyway, right. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys got entertained and you enjoyed it. Please share the stream. Let's share the joy around. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.